Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another Rocket Stock video. In today's video we're looking at AST Space Mobile. And actually it's in the name Space Mobile because they are building the first and only space-based cellular broadband network. So this is going to be something totally new, totally innovating and amazing because out of everybody that owns a cell phone, you have a spot somewhere in your town, in your city, or somewhere in the outskirts where you take, and there is that dreaded dead spot. Always. There's always somewhere where you either lose internet service, you lose 4G, 5G, or you even get dropped calls, missed text messages, and all kinds of unsightly things when it comes to your cell service. And then there's a lot of people where some people use Verizon for where they live because it's better. Some people use AT&T for where they live because it's better. And then others use T-Mobile. And then there's a bunch of different cell phone plans that run off of the big three's main towers, but they always just kind of run on the lower end of that spectrum where they don't get the full service and the full effect of what those towers can do, like your Cricket, your PCS, your Metro, your Straight Talk, and things of that nature. They run on the big three towers, but you don't get the full broadband as if you are actually contracted with those specific companies. Now, Space Mobile is looking at something completely different, and a lot of people have looked at it and said that it looks similar to like a satellite internet, which, if anybody has ever dealt with satellite internet before, you know that satellite internet is absolutely worthless because it is so slow. Even though you can get service anywhere, it's not a Starlink, which honestly, Starlink is a lot better than your typical satellite internet. But that's also where Space Mobile Network is coming into play, because this is a revolutionary solution and completely new and proprietary technology. So their global partners are building this first and only space-based cellular broadband network to be accessible by everyday standard smartphones called Space Mobile, and this ultra-powerful network will be designed to provide connectivity at 4 and 5G speeds everywhere on the planet, period, on land, at sea, and in flight. So, at a glance, that is what their mission is to develop this foundation for an increasingly interconnected society, collaborating with all different cellular providers in the US and around the world, which will facilitate their goal to improve internet access globally. So they're going to employ patented technology to provide seamless connections from almost anywhere in the world. So with all of this being so far away in space, they are creating a huge low latency broadband architecture. So a little bit deeper into the space type of this and some of the technologies that they are getting into to be able to provide this kind of service on a global scale is where they have their planned satellites, which are designed to have a extra large surface area of phased array antennas. They all work together to electronically form, steer, and shape wireless communication beams into cells of coverage, just like the kind of cell towers and other cell sites that are around the world. Just they're going to be able to beam it in a lot larger and more broad area, being in space. So they'll have low and mid-band frequencies, which will be shared with wireless customers on non-interface basis. Then they'll also have different gateway partner networks, and then they'll also have high set links as well for different areas of all of that. So that's going to be something that's going to be absolutely astronomical for this company and very possibly for the world. So with all of this being put out, it's going to be where you have somebody that is bringing in a new giant and a new sector into the cell phone area, or should I say not just cell phone, but just to be able to be in immediate connection anywhere in the world with that kind of direct connection is just something that is going to be amazing. Whether it be your phone, your laptop, your watch, no matter what it is, for you to have that cellular broadband available almost anywhere, it's going to be something absolutely amazing. So because if you are in an area that you don't like your cell service, or if you've tried a multitude of different cell services and they don't really just cut it, then this would definitely be a huge win for somebody like yourself. So I know because I've personally had all three different cell phone services, and I ended up just having to choose the one that had the least amount of spots. So I still just about on the daily still have dropped calls and missed text messages due to the cell phone service. So this new telecom infrastructure is going to be absolutely something to behold. Now, as far as they have gotten into all of this system, they are pushing something huge to go ahead and get these satellites up and running. So, as it stands right now, they are looking at possibly doing day passes, monthly add-ons, standalone plans, and also emergency connections as well, to where if you have some type of an emergency and you swipe emergency on your phone, it'll connect to any cell phone tower and any cell phone plan whatsoever to get that phone call out. So this will be something that will be able to make it where emergencies will be, having no service in an emergency will be a thing of the past. So that's going to be another amazing thing for this company as well, because they can push that type of humanitarian narrative into this as well. So that is going to be something that they're really going to be pushing strong for as well, as far as a positive news outlook goes. So as far as their operations go, they are working in conjunction with a multitude of different partners, and their team of engineers and space scientists have been able to leverage all of the state-of-the-art technology to bring their mission to life by creating a more interconnected global community all the way around the site. So right now their test satellite is called Blue Walker 3. It is built with a flat phase array technology, which is a 693 square foot array, and it consists of thousands of antennas designed to work together to communicate with all of the phones on the ground. So that is the company in itself on what their mission is, where they're looking, and how they're going forward. So how does that play into why we're covering this company, not only for the future, but also on their stock? So they have had a huge bull run over the past month and a half, where they have had a solid 100% run over the past month. And if you back up, then they've had a complete 200% run over the past year. So, and with all of this, all of these bull runs have came in directly under all of their new partnerships and different investors that have been coming in to this system and seeing that this is and will be the future for cellular data. So if you just look back just a couple of days ago, where you look on Friday, you can see that they hit this new all-time high once again because they ended up creating a deal with Verizon. So that is going to be something that's huge, because starting in 2026, this partnership will enable direct-to-cellular service from AST's satellite network to Verizon customers' standard smartphones, significantly extending their coverage across the globe. Everywhere that there's Verizon, and everybody that has Verizon is going to automatically be put in on this system. So this landmark deal is quickly going to overshadow concerns from whenever the stock was dipping pretty hard over the past couple of weeks or so. Whenever you come back and you see where it had a solid short fall back right before the beginning of October. So because now they ended up having because during this time the company filed to sell off up to $800 million in stock through an at-the-market offering. So while the potential for share dilution initially weighed in on this stock, as you can see, the strategic importance of the Verizon Pact, which validated AST's technology and commercial path, sparked a huge rally, which, as you can see, turned into pretty much just a solid 100% run into that. So with all of that, I mean, they've had a 300% technically, whenever we had this last day where we had the closing of a 52-week high at $86.79 a share, that marked an over 300% year-to-date jump. And there are very few companies that have been able to do that here lately. Honestly, the only company that comes to mind that has done over this company over a year's time would be Palantir Technologies. So, but that's in the AI space, and that's a totally different ballgame, which y'all can also go back and watch plenty of those videos. I will be having to go back and cover them later on this week, so y'all stay tuned for that one. But as it stands, AST Space Mobile is now on a huge bull run. We did have a short I say a short pullback. They did have a small pullback back on Friday, but with the way that pullback came, it also came with the rest of the market as well. So, because if you look at how Friday ended up coming through, it pretty much tanked the entire market across the board. It didn't matter what sector you were in and or what good news your company was coming up with. It hurt everything. So hopefully the government can get their stuff together. They can finally open the government back up, and then everything can start resuming these wonderful bull runs that we have been seeing over the past couple of months over all of these amazing stocks that I have been covering. And I hope y'all have been able to stay tuned and see all the different stocks that I've been covering over the past couple of months, because honestly, every stock that I have covered, except for 2 of them, have produced over 100% growth within just the past couple of months, honestly. So I'm so glad that I've been able to stop and check in on these stocks. And this was a stock that was suggested to me as well to cover. So I'm greatly thankful for that person to be able to send me one of these to cover. And then you'll also be able to see all the other stocks that I'm covering as well. So if y'all have made it to this point in the video, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I'm going to continue to cover this stock along with the many others that I've been stating. So I hope if you're not subscribed, if y'all could please jump in on the subscribe train. So then once I get enough of them, then I'm planning on doing some stock live coverages on some Fridays and Saturdays where we can cover more than just one stock, and we can have live conversations over some of the growth, the loss, the bulls, and even other companies as well, and other up and coming amazing stocks. So then we can all push forward as a community and seeing just how well we can boost our portfolios and, maybe make some good money out of it. So y'all definitely stay tuned. If y'all like the video, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. So this is the stock warden riding off. See y'all come back now, you hear?